announced that the upcoming Xbox Series S and Series X will be the first consoles with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision HDR gaming support. Dolby Atmos 3D surround sound will be enabled at launch, which is really great. That's going to improve your audio in general compared to just the typical I think it's like the standardized gaming, which was, I think before it wasn't, I mean obviously it wasn't Dolby, but I think this one is going to be, of course, even better, which is awesome. So they said that with this, it's promising 40 times better or brighter headlights or highlights, 10 times deeper black levels, and up to 12 bits of color depth, which is pretty great. So I guess this also doesn't do audio, it also does visual stuff as well, which makes it really awesome for you guys if you are going to be getting this console. So that's really interesting. I guess it also depends on your TV and monitor, which makes sense, because if you're getting like a monitor with higher gamma or lower gamma, of course that's going to differentiate how bright or how low it's going to be. But that's really awesome that they're actually introducing Dolby Vision, which again we haven't had in previous consoles. I think the last one was the PS4, I think, or the PS4. I think they had Dolby. So that's really awesome that Xbox is kind of upping the ante, so to speak, and they're going to be vastly improving on that. So another thing I do want to talk about for today is the Xbox Series S. This was announced today that the Xbox Series S, it was announced today, but it was announced a couple days ago, of how they're having a lower entry point for the next gen consoles. So let's say you can't afford the Xbox X, I believe it's called Scorpio, or the newest one that's being released. Well, you can actually get the Xbox Series S, which is a lot cheaper at around $300, which is really surprising, because like when I'm reading the specs, like this is a PC that'd be around $1,000. Like I'm surprised like how well it's built and yet how cheap it is at the same time. So I don't know if maybe they're going to be I don't know, maybe if they're going to be making it more expensive as time goes on, which makes it a little scary, because I don't know if Bitcoin miners are going to be like scavenging for parts because it's this cheap, right? And if you guys don't know, Bitcoin miners and stuff, they usually try to get NVIDIA products, right? Because they're really great at harvesting coins. So let's just hope that these data miners, well, Bitcoin miners in general, just don't just take these consoles and just scrap them out, right? Because again, it's that cheap, and they're introducing, I think, the 3080 or the 2080 in these things, I think. So it's about the same technology, so I suppose you could use it on a PC if you really want to scavenge for parts, right? So but that's really cool. They're going to be doing that, and it's going to be enhancing the backwards compatibility with, I think, was it Adobe? Or no, actually no, it seems like they're going to be introducing more backwards compatibility games, which was really cool. It said that the console, according to this, is that it's going to be 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One. Notably, the company didn't compare it but to the Xbox Series X, but yeah, it's really cool how they're going to be more backwards compatibility. That was one thing that I wanted to see with a lot of these consoles, is just the introduction of backwards compatibility, because like if you're going to be playing games, like you wanted to play like PS2 games, you can't really do it with PS4, but it seems like Xbox is really trying to pump it up so that you can really play these backwards, or well, let's just say previous games on the actual newer console, which I really hope they do, and I hope it's not talk, because again, like this is something a lot of gamers want. They want the access and the ability to play older games, which you can't really do on these newer games. I don't know why it's that hard, but I think what they're doing here is that through their shop, they're going to be introducing a lot of these digital games, or they're going to actually like make disc playability with these older games. So that's something interesting that I got to check up on, how exactly they're going to be doing that, because again, you know, they say it, but it's like I want to see how it's actually done mechanically, if that makes sense. All right, so yeah, another thing that I guess I'll talk about right now is the sort of price range for these games. So $24.99 a month with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. This is interesting, and I'm a little worried by this. So it seems that you're gonna have to pay for the online not compatibility, but connectivity, which has been always the case, but now it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So it seems that now it's going to be at $25 a month, but you do get EA Play, I guess, which I guess, I don't know. I don't think people normally want EA Play. They usually want the Xbox Game Pass, but now I guess you can get it too. So that's something I'm a little weirded out. Like, I don't think the monthly pass for Xbox was this expensive. I think it was normally $10 a month, right? So that's the thing that I'm worried, if this is including the portion of how you can connect online with multiplayer, or I don't know if this is just a separate game thing, but yeah, I mean, I guess this article is saying how it's great, which is, I agree, it's really cool how we have more access to video games if you're buying the pass, which most likely you probably will if you're going to be getting this console. But I'm a little worried about how this is actually going to play out, right? Because you're going to have let's say you want to play multiplayer. You can't really do that unless you actually have this pass that I think it's like a monthly subscription based. So I don't know on top of this if you're actually going to be paying a subscription or if this isn't all included. So that's something I'm really worried about. But again, one of the things they talked about is how there's going to be a lot of games in this pass. So I think they're talking about how EA comes at no additional cost, which is great. The expansion apparently comes with what was it, like access to 12 countries, because I think some games are locked in some areas, which is really weird, but that happens, I guess. But yeah, it's really cool how we can actually have access to these games, and I guess we're looking at a pre-order range of September 22 is what happens for the pre-orders. But it's apparently launching on November 10th if you didn't know about that. So I don't know, this is really interesting. It seems like problematic, but I guess if you want to get games, and you probably want to do this, but I just don't know how it's going to all work with this online portion of connecting, right, with the subscription based. So but I think it's pretty cool. I think it's awesome how they're making more availability with games. They said, yeah, one of the things they said was it's 100 high quality games, right, with the next gen optimized games. So if you didn't know what optimized means, it just means that they're going to be making it a lot easier to play on these next gen games because there might be glitches or hacks or something like that. So they're just trying to patch these, which is really cool. And I hope they're actually patching it and they're not just saying that, right? They're not like exporting in Unity, right, or Unreal. I actually hope they're actually like looking into it and just changing it as they see fit. So I guess another thing we do have ability with if you're on PC, right? Because Microsoft, if you didn't know, they also include these to PC. Is that we're looking also with some other games, which I'm excited for. So I think like one of the things they're talking about is Cyberpunk. I don't know if that's going to be exclusive on Xbox, but one of the things with this is that we will be able to play. So if you're on, let's say, Windows, right? The cool thing is you have a link towards Xbox. So these exclusive games, they're not really exclusive. They try to say that, but you'll actually have access to those games on Windows as well, which is really awesome. They also say that the EA Play membership, you have an ability up to 60 games, which I don't know which games it's going to be, because I know they have more than 60 games because EA has been a company for a long time. So that's interesting. I just hope they offer more games at a time like that, or later on, I should say. But that's pretty cool how they're including this membership. I just hope they include the internet portion of it so you can play online and you don't have to pay for on top of another monthly membership. But yeah, that's cool. I guess I don't know, because in a way I remember how these past consoles, you'd actually get like a free membership for like 3 months. I wonder if they're doing like a trial system or if they're actually just you have to buy it on its own, which just seems a little stupid, I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. I guess they're trying to, they're trying to make the console the best thing ever. So they're taking a lot of cuts for that. So they want you to pay for these games, which I guess makes sense. But I don't know. It was kind of normal how we didn't have to pay for at least a couple of months. And then we could actually pay for it, right? Because you get like a free trial. So anyways, I think another thing I'll talk about is the actual sort of, I think it's the pre-order bundle, like what you actually get. So that's the thing I think a lot of people are talking about is what deals you get when you pre-order this. Because again, like if you pre-order a game, right, you get some bundles or some stuff in it. So I guess you could try to think that it would be the same for the Xbox Series X. So this article says about how the price range, we're looking at about $749 for the normal. That's of course the rumor, but we can probably expect it to be that much considering the specs. But the cool thing is if you want to get something cheap, an entry-level point console, you can get the Xbox Series S. So that's a rumor right now. It's going to be either $500 or it's going to be $749. I don't think it'll be $749, but it's possible. So again, that's something that we should all try to realize is that this console can be a little pricier than usual. So if you're looking for a budget, you probably just want to get the Xbox Series S than the X because again, I don't know, it just seems more better to just get something on that in terms, because that's what it's designed for, a budget console. So I would just get that one if I were you. But anyways, they're talking about the announcements about the pricing was leaked, but now they actually released it, which was I think a couple like days ago for the Xbox Series S, and now we're kind of wondering what will be the price for the Xbox Series X, right? So I don't know. I don't know. This seems really interesting. I really like how they're I don't know. I just hope that this price is just affordable in a way, because that's what consoles are designed to be. Like, they are inferior to PC, but I don't know. This is interesting. It's pretty much as a PC, because I think they also said that you have accessibility to keyboards. So I don't know. I'm just a little weirded out by this, because they're saying it's a console, but then it's like it kind of just is a PC in a way, right? Because like a budget PC, because like, if you think about it, you can play keyboard. Well, not play, but you can attach a keyboard and a controller, or not a controller, but a mouse to this console. So at this point, it's pretty much a PC, right? I just hate how you can't really customize it. So I just find that a little interesting and a little wonky, but it is what it is. We'll have to see when it comes out. But another thing I did want to talk about was Call of Duty. I think a lot of you guys want to know like what's going on with that. So I do know a lot about this. So they just released some multiplayer maps. Miami was going to be one of the maps, and then the North Atlantic. So that's really cool. I think these are just going to be the maps that are going to be released right now. And then I think we're getting some day one DLC, I believe. So that'll be interesting to see what those multiplayer maps will be. But yeah, that was really cool. We saw also the trailer for Zombies. If you guys didn't know, we're getting Jug back, which is really cool. We haven't seen that since Black Ops. No, not 4, I was going to say. Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was the last time we had Jug, and that was like a major component of the game. So I'm glad to see that they're returning back to the roots of what Zombies was, instead of just, yeah, Black Ops 4 was just a mess. Let's not talk about that. But again, I am glad that they're returning with Jug and just the major components of the gameplay, which I'm really happy about, because I really want to buy this game, and I think the campaign is going to be fantastic. Again, we're seeing some stuff back from Black Ops 1 to World at War, so that's going to be really cool. We're just going back to just the original storyline, which is incredible. I really hope that is the case. So I'm going to talk about sort of this article, what exactly we're looking into with the open beta. So it looks like with weekend 1, we're looking at October 8th to the 9th. We're looking at the PS4 early access. And then we're looking on October 10th to 12th, the PS4 open beta. So if you're on PS4, it's good that you're on it, because you'll actually have first access to it, which is weird, because I always thought Call of Duty was an Xbox exclusive, but I guess it's also a PS4 now, or PS5. So I don't know. That was really interesting to really look into, or just really good at nostalgia purposes of like what it was and now. So anyways, that was kind of cool how we're getting the beta on PS4. Yeah, but it looks like they're going to be going multi-platform. You're going to know that for the game. So if you're on Xbox, you'll be able to play with the PS4 people, which is really interesting. And also PC. So I don't think your game has done this before. This is actually really awesome. Like, I'm not excited. You can't really hear it, but this is, I think, a first time ever where we have actually had Xbox, PS4, and PC, 3 platforms all together on a game. That's kind of like a new thing, which is really like awesome. I don't think that's ever been done before. Maybe in like a console game a long time ago, but like this is probably the first time in a long time we've ever had an actual game being multi-platform. So that's really awesome. I think there might be a little issues on launch day 1, but I mean, if they can fix this and patch it, I think that'll be really incredible, and this game's going to be probably playable for a long, long time. The problem that I think a problem that we'll see is hackers, and how this is really going to be a thing. Because PC, you have more accessibility to hacking, so this will be interesting to see how modding and how hacking or stuff like that's going to be really seen in years to come. But that's really cool. We're going to actually have multi-platforms for these games, which I had no idea about until now. But that's awesome. So I mean, we all can play. It's just the PC people probably have a better support, because we had up to 60 FPS and maybe even more. But I don't know, maybe that will change, because again, that's what they said about these new consoles. You can go, well, not overclocked, but you can go more than 60 FPS. So that'll be interesting. We do have 5. Actually, no, the multiplayer actually has 5 maps, 2 new game modes. So that's pretty cool. I think we have the game mode of Warzone, so that's a new one. But that's really cool. Like, we're having some really new stuff that I think has never been done before. Or at least I think, because again, multi-platform I don't think has been a thing for a while. So I think that's some cool news if you didn't know about the whole multiplayer sort of thing about Call of Duty. And again, Zombies is going to be a thing that I think a lot of people are excited for, because the Zombies community has been really hungry for a new game that actually has support for I don't know, just the components that were lost in Black Ops 4. So again, with this whole game, I'm really excited for. So because again, myself, I'm actually one of these players. So that's sort of the news when it comes to Call of Duty. I don't know what you guys think. Like, again, like, what are your thoughts on this? Do you guys want to see like zombies or multiplayer? I don't know. Like, I'm really liking it. I don't know. They're saying a lot of stuff, but I guess we'll have to see and find out once it releases, right? So I think another thing that I do want to showcase is we do have a clip from someone, a streamer. We don't really do this a lot with Streamer of the Week, but I guess we'll talk about it now and just sort of see this clip that someone sent us. This is from Tink, I believe, who sort of reached out to us, Tink Tribe, who sent us a clip of her playing Jackbox. And let me get this clip really quick. But it was really cool and amazing how, like, I don't know, it's really interesting to see the community of Jackbox. They're very edgy, but I think this was a really interesting clip because you could see that she's kind of having a fun moment, even though these guys are being a little, I don't know, a little toxic, but it's really interesting to see how it all turns out. So, but yeah, I mean, again, like Jackbox, if you guys didn't know, that game is, it's a harsh one. It's a harsh one. So again, let me just get this sort of clip out, and I think you guys will have a really interesting time watching this one. So, I believe if I can find it here. Aha, I have it here, I think. Do I? Aha, there we go. But this was a clip that I saw, and it was really interesting. I guess we're gonna sort of showcase this.
Y'all both drew the same.
And yeah, that's the clip. It's really interesting. So I'll just be quiet for right now.
What? Did y'all plan that? What the fuck? Literally, what the fuck?
But as you can see, the interaction for Jackbox is very interesting. So that's something.
You guys literally had the same drawing, except the middle was colored in. Are you guys like hanging out together, or do you like?
Yeah, it's really interesting to see these two.
Like, I have all the things to draw. Exactly, that's creepy. I feel like this is I'm being punked right now.
Yeah, but I guess that's the clip there. If you guys didn't know, it's about the Jackbox party games and how she's just reacting to it. So I thought that was really interesting. And be sure to follow her if you can. She's doing content all the time, and I think she's a great person. So check her out if you can. Follow her. Give her the subscription Tier 1 Prime if you can, because again, content creators, especially in these times, need the support that they can, because it's a harsh world right now, especially in COVID, for content creators. So try to do that. Try to support her if you can. I'd really recommend doing that because, again, that's how we help one another, especially these times. Because we got to, just help and just support each other, right? I think that's something we really got to do, especially in these days, because it seems like a lot of people are a lot edgier, a lot more toxic, and we kind of have to stop that from really spreading. So anyways, I think that was really cool. Before I think we go on, I do want to say we do have a sponsor, if you guys didn't know, or a collaboration effort, I guess you could say. So we actually have a support thing from Triumph Chairs, if you didn't know. If you guys haven't seen them on Twitter, they have some really cool chairs. But if you didn't know, you get a 10% discount if you use our code What's the Play. So if you're on like the checkout for Triumph Chairs online, what you can do is put a code out for the discount, and you'll get a 10% off. So I think if it's like $300, right? At 10%, what is 10% if I remember? That's $30. I think that's $30 around that you're getting a discount. So that's a good amount, actually. I'd be like, it's not that bad of a deal if you really want to go for it. So anyways, that's something that I thought was really cool. If you guys want to check it out, Triumph Chairs, they got some gaming chairs, RGB, stuff like that. I think they're really cool. Again, check them out if you can. Triumph Chairs, I believe we have a link in the description below. If not, be sure to check out Triumph Chairs just by searching up on Google, and you'll find their website, which is a beautiful layout, by the way. I was really surprised with the website. It's really incredible if you want to check it out. Of course, you want to support small businesses in times like these, right? So I think without further ado, we're going to move on to our little trivia show. And let's just get this going. I just have a lot of stuff on Streamlabs, as you can tell. So let's get this going here. I believe we have master points. It's our little app thing, so we can do quizzes. And I believe this should work, right? If I press P, will this work? Aha. Let's see. Maybe not. Let me see. Yeah, sometimes when it comes to master points, it can get a little complicated, but I believe this should be ready. Aha. There we go. I believe it should work now. Am I right? Aha, there we go. So Master Points is ready. If you guys didn't know, we do have trivia here. If you didn't know how to play the game, press A, B, or C. Press it as soon as you can in the chat. Simply press A, B, or C, and you'll get your answer just submitted, and that's a really cool thing. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I think we have a couple comments here that I missed. My bad. So let me see here. Be sure to put your answers as quick as you can. Let's see what you guys put. This is, of course, the first question was who created the game Pong. Pong is one of those classic games I think we all know, but who really created it? I think that's the question here. Is it Atari? Is it Nintendo or Blizzard? Be sure to put your answers in as quick as you can because time goes very quick when it comes to these sort of questions. So we didn't have anyone really type anything, but I believe the answer here is Atari. Atari was one of the first companies to actually make a game, which was Pong. It's a pretty old game, as you can tell, but it's also really simple. Like I think anyone can really play it even now and really understand the whole point about it, right? Which is I think one of the things I hate about games today is they seem to not really have an objective. But as simple as Pong is, I mean, it has a simple objective, right? Which is getting as much points as you can and winning the game. So I don't know, that's something interesting, I guess, right? All right, so we're off to our next question. We have 15 if you didn't know. And this one is, well, which video game is generally considered the original third-person shooter? So you got A, which is Wolfenstein 3D, B, Doom, or C, Portal. If you didn't know, I think you guys are on, we have a couple of platforms I think you guys are on. I think we have, what was it? Not Spotify. I don't know why I thought Spotify, but we have, what was it called? Periscope. I think we do have a couple of people on Periscope. So if you want to actually join in and be interactive with the chat, what you got to do is go to twitch.tv/whatstthePlayGames, and there you can actually find our chat. And then if you press A, B, or C, your answer will be actually submitted. And that goes the same for Twitch chat. If you guys are lurkers or longtime listeners, be sure to join the game because again, we want to help each other out. We want to be friendly and just have a good old time here. So I recommend doing that. But our answer here is Wolfenstein 3D. It was actually one of the oldest games. I think it was under the same technology as Doom. I could be wrong on that. But Wolfenstein 3D was really great. I mean, they had a newer game that came out called Wolfenstein Youngblood, and I think Wolfenstein the New Colossus. Youngblood was a little but Wolfenstein the New Colossus was really great because, again, it did a lot of different things for the storyline, which, again, Wolfenstein is not known for. So that was really cool. If you didn't know about Wolfenstein 3D, you killing some Nazis. Hey, that's pretty fun. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? Hey, but anyways, let's go on to our next question here. So we got our third question on 15. This one is the peripheral device that could be used to connect two Game Boys. What was it called? So I don't know if you know about this, but if you're playing Pokemon and if you have to trade, what was that thing you had to use? A lot of people probably don't remember this, but I do. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I think this is an easy one. Again, how are you going to be transferring that data? I mean, how are you going to do that? It seems as if you need something that links them together. A little hint. So, but yeah, I mean, again, like Game Boys didn't really have the technology that DS have. I think DS's now can actually use like wireless, but yeah, I mean, Game Boys couldn't really do this. But anyways, be sure to put in your answer as quick as you can. A, game link cable. B, USB switches, which I don't think it's going to be. Or C, jumper cables. You're going to be just trying to put those jumper cables on the Game Boys. I don't know how that's going to work, but of course, as you can tell, it is A, game link cable. Because again, like Game Boys didn't really have the technology that a lot of these consoles have today. Now, they did a lot of stuff, but you did need to have a wired connection for these things to actually work. In fact, I think the Game Boy could actually print stuff out, as insane as that is. I think in Japan, they actually had a wireless device that you could actually connect to the Game Boy, and that actually made it so you can go to the internet. If that's insane, that was an actual thing you can do. And that's how a lot of these Pokemon games, I believe there's a Mew event. That Mew event, you would actually have to use that wireless thing that you connect to your Game Boy. It's crazy. Like, Japan was ahead of its time when it came to technology for these video games. It was insane. Like in the 90s, you could go onto the internet with your Game Boy. That's insanity to me, in a good way, of course. So anyways, let's move on to our next question here. And I think this is our fourth one. So we got a lot of questions to go. But this one is, what is the name of the primary world which the World of Warcraft takes place? So if you didn't know, World of Warcraft's that MMO game that a lot of people play and a lot of people meme on. But what is the actual place where it majoritively, I would say, takes place for these worlds? You got A, Azeroth. You got B, San Diego. I'm sure that's a real world, right? Or C, you got Tyria, which is it's another continent, but yeah. So be sure to put in your answers as quick as you can. You got A, B, or C. You got 3 seconds to go. Put in those answers as quick as you can. So yeah, time is up, and it looks like, well, I know this question. It's going to be Azeroth. Hey, we got a easy dub here. Welcome. But yeah, it is Azeroth. That is a good one that you put in there. That is right. So we have our next question, 5 out of 15. And this one is, in 2012, students at MIT hacked the lighting system of an entire building to play which game? This is really awesome in a way. Now, they got in trouble for it, but it was something. At MIT, they actually like hacked the building, so they would use the lighting so it would actually work to a certain game. So you got A, Tetris, you got B, Pong, or C, Doom. How is it possible with Doom? Well, we don't talk about that, but I'm sure it's possible if these guys at MIT are really smart, right? So we got a couple of seconds. Be sure to type it in as quick as you can. You got A, you got Tetris, you got B, Pong, or C, Doom. I probably should have specified which Doom it was because Doom has been around for a while, from the 90s all the way to 2020. So anyways, we got a couple answers. We got one for Tetris and one for Pong. It's actually Tetris. Yeah, so a couple of years ago, 2012, people at MIT actually hacked the building for the actual lighting system so that they could play it out. It was really awesome. There's actually a video if you want to check it out, I believe. But it's insane, like how these guys at MIT do it. I mean, again, MIT is specialized for people in the tech world, but again, it still amazes me. So, anyways, let's go into our next answer. We're on question 6 out of 15. You guys were close. But I think we did have one person in here who got it, so you're a lucky dude. So what is the name of the alien alliance who are the main antagonists in the first trilogy of Halo games? So if you didn't know, Master Chief, I think a lot of you guys know, but he's also in the Halo games. He's the main character. So you got A, the Horde, B, the Alliance. I think that's easy. It's not those. Or C, the Covenant. Covenant are those alien races. I think like one of the enemies is one with a shield, and they're like hiding behind it. So yeah, be sure to put in your answers as quick as you can. Those guys are they're pretty insane when it comes to the games. So be sure to put in your answers as quick as you can. I kind of gave you the answer, probably shouldn't have done that, but again, I'm a big fan of Halo, and as you can tell, it is C, the Covenant. The Covenant is also a movie. Don't watch that movie. Don't. But yeah, it is the Covenant. They're the main antagonist of the Halo series. Halo 1 all the way to Halo 4. Halo Infinite, I think. Halo Infinite, which is coming out soon. So if you didn't know that, that is an Xbox exclusive, which is coming out soon. All right, so question 7 is, how many players can compete against each other simultaneously in a Fortnite Battle Royale? This one, I think a lot of you guys will know, because again, we've had a couple of newer ones as well for these Battle Royales that have kind of, done the same thing with the amount of players. So this one's kind of an easy question as well. But is it A, 100, B, 90, or is it C, 50? So be sure to put in your answers as quick as you can. If you're coming in from Periscope or coming in from other social media areas, be sure to join us at twitch.tv/what'sthePlayGames or join our Discord. That way you can give us feedback, or you can even submit questions for us to actually put on the screen right here. So we got one for 100. We got one for 50. 50, maybe if you're playing Warzone. Maybe it's Warzone, but it is a 100. I know Warzone has actually edited it, so it's like 50. For like quads, I think they're called, or whatever. But yeah, usually it's 100 if we're calling for those Battle Royale games for Fortnite. Don't know how Fortnite's still going strong, but it's still a thing, which is surprising. So anyways, let's get on to our next question here. We are on question 8 out of 15. And this one is the Nintendo Game what did I say there? The Nintendo Game Boy utilized which type of display system? A, HD screens, B, LCDs, or C, 4K? As you can tell, probably one of them is not the answer, considering 4K was, I think that's a pretty recent discovery actually. But you got either A, B, or C. Be sure to submit your answer as soon as you can, because you got a certain amount of time, and once time's gone, you cannot do anything about it. So you got A, HD screen, or B, LCD. I wonder what it could possibly be. Can't be LCD, can it? All right, so I think it is BLCD. We got a couple people that did put their answers there because I think it's a pretty easy. It's a pretty easy question. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta make some toughy ones, but it is LCD. LCD was a very new thing at the time. In fact, the Game Boys, the older ones, you could actually use the scroll thing and actually change the gamma. Like for the time, it was actually a revolutionary thing because you couldn't really do that with a screen. You couldn't really like change the gamma or like the setting. Like that wasn't really a thing you can do back then, or even, I mean, not even now you can really do that with console, can you? You can't really change like the screen's gamma or whatever, the through the color wheel, right? But anyways, we have a question here, which is Nintendo's first headquarters in 1889 was in Kyoto, Japan, and the company's still stationed there at this present time. So oh wow, I might have screwed up that question. I kind of wrote the answer in there, didn't I? I might have made a mistake. I think I've given you the answer. I literally typed it in there. I just realized. All right, well, you got A, Kyoto, B, Shizuoka, or C, Mamamatsu, or oh my god, I am a wreck here. I might have given you the answer to that one. I think you can obviously tell which answer it is, which is Kyoto, but my apologies. I might have screwed that up. My bad. All right. So it is a Kyoto, if you didn't know. I'm actually from Shizuoka. Well, not from Shizuoka, but my family, which is still alive, they're still actually in Shizuoka. So yeah, that's a thing. But anyways, we're on our new question, which is which Mortal Kombat character has the ability to transform into a dragon? You have A, Liu Kang, or B, Freddy Krueger, or C, Sub-Zero. Be sure to put in your answer as quick as you can because you only got 10 seconds, so But I think this one is it's kind of tricky. It's like a medium, I'd say, difficult question. It's not that hard, but again, you'd be surprised, right, with the boomers, right? So be sure to put in A, B, or C. All right. So we got Liu Kang, we got Freddy Krueger, or Sub-Zero. It is not Sub-Zero. It is Liu Kang. Liu Kang is a character who can transform into a dragon. It's, I think, one of his abilities that he usually uses a lot in the games. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's a specialty, right? Oh, okay. Actually, there should be one more thing we should probably do soon is the leaderboards. But anyways, we got a quick, well, not a quick question, but we got a question here, which is Mario originated as a character in which classic video game? We have A, Donkey Kong, B, Legend of Zelda, or C, Metroid. Yeah, apparently people think that he was originally in Mario, but he was actually in another game before that. But yeah, be sure to put in your question your answer as soon as you can because we only have limited time here. But yeah, it's either A, B, or C. Which could it be? What is the possible answer? Who knows, right? So we have A, B, C, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Metroid. What could it be? All right, you guys got it right. It is Donkey Kong. I'm gonna see if we can actually go to the leaderboards real quick here. Wait a minute. No. Wait, did that actually... Oh, no. Wait a minute. Actually, that might have been a bad one, but it is... Aha, I see. Let me see if the leaderboards will actually work here. I believe we have... Oh, a top players. I guess that's not really working. But anyways, let's just go to our next question here. Oh, no. All right, we're on question... Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to restart this. That might not have been a good one. All right, let me go on to our question that we were on before, or maybe not. I guess we're on question 15. Interesting. Okay, so this one is, what is the highest grossing arcade game of all time? Okay, that was a very weird transition there, but anyways, we have A, Street Fighter 2, B, Pac-Man, or C, we have Pengo. Pengo was a penguin game, if you guys didn't know that. So yeah, there wasn't really a lot of naturistic games now that I think about it. There wasn't really like a lot of games where you could try to incorporate nature or like some animal into it. A lot of these games were like fictional now that I think about it, but I don't know. Anyway, so we got Street Fighter 2, we got B, Pac-Man, or C, Pengo. What can it be? And it actually is Pac-Man, if you guys didn't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty original game. So anyways, I do want to get into the leaderboards here. I think I'm going to try this out now. It should work, right? Hopefully. Is it going to work? No, it will not, because it's, I don't know. Maybe it hasn't I guess it may have not have taken into the data as soon as it could. But anyways, that is our questions for today. I guess that is everything we have right now. But anyways, that is it for today. That's pretty much everything for trivia. As you can tell, we're on 16 out of 15, but we don't have a 16th question. So yeah, that's it for the trivia, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate it. Again, if you guys haven't, check out the Discord, check out sort of the social media, because we do want to grow as just content creators in general. So if you guys could do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. But I think that is the master points, and that is the quiz we have for today. So thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate it. If you guys haven't, be sure to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, social media below. Everything, if you want to take a look, are in the description below. So thank you guys for checking that out. We really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys loved the news. We're talking about a little bit about the Xbox S, the Xbox entry point thing console that was I think it was released a couple days ago. So that was a new one. But anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Really appreciate it. We'll see you guys again, I think tomorrow. No, next Thursday, I believe, next Thursday. And we also do have another podcast. Anthony, do you want to talk about it, or what was it called again, if I could call it? Bad for America. Bad for America is the podcast that you should be on the lookout for. I guess Anthony will be your new host after that one. And yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you guys soon. Yeah, Bad for America, it's a new podcast, so be on the lookout for that if you can. We'll be of course showing on the Twitter and sort of all our social medias to kind of release it soon. So all right, thank you guys for coming out. Really appreciate it, and we will see you guys soon. Peace out.